How did John say that he knew that I was going with Carmen Halleck at the time that I was going with her? That would be an interesting question. That would be something I'd like to know myself.
Did John carry a gun at all that you know of?
Oh, he always had guns and knives and axes and machetes and everything in the back of his Volkswagen. That's another reason why I left. He had that dog. I had a convertible, you know, with the bucket seats like this. He put his dog in the back seat, and that dog would just drool all over everything, puke in the back. It was so disgusting. It was just unbelievable.
You say you knew that John was undergoing psychiatric treatment at Henderson Clinic. Would you say that John was basically a lazy type individual?
Really slow-moving, yeah.
The type of individual that would go out and dig a hole 3 by 5 foot, 4 foot deep without using it?
Well, you couldn't tell about John. John would do what he wanted to do. And like I say, man, the dude would get up at 3:30, you know, and load all that stuff into his car and head out into the Everglades. You know, that's some effort to be doing that stuff. I would think that when the girl that lived 2 doors,
Lee Hainline.
right, didn't her father or anybody ever, I would think that would be the first clue, you know. Her father would have suspected something, you know, with John.
What do you recall him ever telling you about Lee?
That she was really sharp. He said that, you know, he could stand up and watch her change her clothes sometimes from the window, you know. Oh, I met her. She was working at the Village Inn. I saw her every once in a while. But I didn't even know her well enough to say hi if I saw her, you know.
You ever see anybody ever ridicule John or laugh at him? Or make a joke out of something he was trying to be serious about?
Well, I don't know when John... I might have done that myself, but I really don't know, you know, if it was something funny that John said, you know, or something that John would start to talk about, or anybody, you know, if they start talking, they start getting weird, you know, you laugh and you say, you know, get out of here and all this stuff, you know. The way I look at it, I don't see any way how they could ever, you know, like rehabilitate him good enough to let him out. He had this big desk that he brought over from his house, real thick, strong, not too well painted desk, and he had all his shotgun shells and knives all over the place, and there's a lot of junk, you know. You kind of like he moved that whole side of his bedroom, you know, right into there, and looked exactly the same, you know, same junk all over the place and everything. He said to me that he drank blood, and I was trying to think of it in relation to, you know, something that a hunter, you know, to take the blood and put it on her forehead or some shit like this, you know, and kind of got carried away or something. I don't know, you know, but man, that's a real bad thing, you know. There's not too much I can say about it. I can see how it's going to get drawn out and everything, and I don't see that there's anything really material that I could add to any part. Matter of fact, I've said about more than I think I should say. Probably, you know, could have held a couple of things back, but that's about the whole story that I know, you know. I've been going over this stuff in my mind, and this is about it. How is Mrs. Schaefer taking it?
She's holding up amazingly well. It does get her down at times, but it's been long enough now that she's beginning to face the fact that something has been wrong with John. Of course, she's known something that he wasn't completely, or that he had problems, let's say, for some period of time. It's difficult for her to talk about John, and I mean, that's only natural.
I could see that, yeah.
It's extremely difficult for any of them that have known John for any length of time, whether it be his family or most of his friends that I've talked to, really believe that John could have done something of this type.
2:00 p.m. on July 4, 1973, in my car in front of the dormitory at Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton.